Hey, hey, how's it going? If you're new here, my name is Jam and I love makeup. And if you're not new, thanks for coming back. I really appreciate you. Today's video is an idea that literally just came to me. I've had two palettes on my desk for a couple whiles now because I want to use them again. And I reached over to pick up one of them and was like, wait a minute. What if I could get the same look on each eye from different palettes? A couple whiles ago, I had a thought of doing like a parallel palettes kind of a thing where I could try to create an eye look using two different palettes because they're so similar. But I feel like that's being done and I don't want to, overdo something that nobody wants to see. So the two palettes on my desk are the Earthwood palette that Odin's Eye did with Tina from the Fancy Face. And this is what it looks like. Very pretty. I've used it only one time and I really liked it. And then I have the Moira Beauty Let's Get Carried Away palette from the Getaway series. And like the other palette, I've only used this once. Did a pretty funky look. They loved it, thought the quality was fantastic. And then I was like, I really wanted to use the neutral tones out of here. So thinking that, I looked at the Odin's Eye palette from Tina. And I definitely swatched out 4 shades that I thought would look exactly the same on my eyes. So I figured, let's do that today. And out of curiosity, I did look. Both palettes are still available. The Odin's Eye palette is $33.90 and the Moira palette, I want to say is, I thought it was $19.90, $19.50. So quite a difference in price. Also, the Odin's Eye is a 12 pan and the Moira is 17, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17. 17 shades. I'm pretty sure I made a Moira playlist. I think perhaps I try to have playlists for all the brands. I know there's an Odin's Eye one. So if you want to check out the other Moira video that I did, you totally can. If you want to see other shades being put to use. But I'm going to use the neutral shades from either palette today. One on one eye and one on the other. And then we'll see if there is a preference between the two palettes. And just, have a little fun playing. I'm not saying one is better than the other or one should be purchased over the other. I'm saying let's look at our options. So I'm going to get out equal number of brushes so there's no cross-contamination. And I'll just start putting the eyeshadows on. Hopefully you're into that. If you are and you're not subscribed, you totally should. Okay, here we go. There's a baby doll out there. Okay, we're just going to get started. I gotta put my mirror where I can actually see what I'm doing, since I'll be doing both eyes on camera today. I don't know what we're gonna talk about. I don't have a life. Things don't usually, happen. I can tell you if you care. Yesterday was a beautiful day. So nice out. Jackson and I got to go outside after school yesterday. There were some kids at the playground that we didn't want to hang out with, so we grabbed his basketball and went down to the basketball court, obviously, so he could throw some hoops, shoot some hoops. If he says okay, I'll insert a little clip of a video I took of him playing. He's gotten so good. It's amazing. I remember when he first started talking about wanting to play basketball, although I'm pretty sure he referred to it as football. Sports aren't like a big thing for us, so it took some figuring out. Anyway, he was just super discouraged because learning new things is hard, and it takes a little while to get good. You have to practice and practice and practice, and that can be overwhelming or frustrating or what have you. So but he kept at it, and he's doing so well. And really it was really fun watching him yesterday. He was really trying to not be super serious, but really trying to do the things that he learned when he played basketball. I think it was 2 winters ago that he played. I think he didn't play this last winter. Committing to doing something regularly is hard when you're really young, and we firmly believe that if you commit to doing something, you really need to stick it out, because especially with sports, your teammates are counting on you, and you have to take your responsibilities seriously, even if it is just football with kids or basketball with kids. It matters. So I'm taking the B4 and the next shade and going in. Anyway, it's not going to be as nice today, unfortunately, but I don't think that was the right one. Let me go into what I think is the right shade. Okay. So we won't be able to go outside today. By the time he comes home from school, it's going to be cloudy and not very warm. But nice weather is coming. We are going to have a summer here eventually. We're sort of having spring. Yesterday was so nice. I'm getting a ton of fallout. I'm not being careful. And this may not be the best brush for the job. It's just the one I ended up grabbing. I really like being outside. I am a better person when I've got some sunshine. I'm just a better person when I'm outside. What else can I talk to you about? I learned some more things about squirrels. If you're interested, they mate twice a year in December to February, and then again in June to August. So that would explain why some of the squirrels have boo-boo ears. Steve, our original squirrel friend that we realized was coming back regularly, has a very wonky ear. I'll see if I can get a picture. I got one, but it wasn't a very good one. It looks kind of like moose antlers, the way it's hurt. I mean, it's all healed up now, but apparently things can get pretty violent with the boys when they're trying to mate. So that checks out, because there were 3 of them with injuries this year that I noticed. This was our first winter having that feeder, so learning as we go. All right, I'm taking my singe brush into the shimmer shade. I'm gonna try both of them dry since my face is already a mess, just to see. Yeah, that's lovely. But let's wet it just because we can. I'm wondering if you have any thoughts yet. I did this with the Hershey's Glam Light palettes. That was interesting. I think it's interesting to compare because I feel like there's very little new coming out in the world. You know what I mean? Like, formulas are certainly changing, getting better and what have you, but like color stories, as I'm filming this, Blend Bunny just revealed their new collection. And if you are new to Blend Bunny, it looks fantastic. But if you already have all of the Blend Bunny palettes, or most of them, or whatever, you have this new one. So that was disappointing, but also good because I really need to not buy a boatload of makeup. All right, we'll try this one dry. Yeah, let's wet it. You know what's really impressive? I have not mixed up these brushes once. I'm actually remembering what I'm doing. And really liking this eye look. Boy, howdy. Nope. Ha! I almost messed it up. Going back with the other brush, just to make sure they're equal. And then I'm going to go in with the darkest shade on the little B4, just to blend the shimmer into the matte. Just get this built up a little bit more. You know what? I feel like that looks a little bit weird. Huh. All right, I'll go in with the other brush now and the other palette. And boop over the edge of this one. I'm gonna have to fix that patchiness right there. So what I think I'm going to do, a lot of times you can add a shimmer and then go in with a matte. That is definitely gonna work. I'll have to do that for both sides. All right, this is going so well. I do think they look very, very similar. There's, I think, a slight difference in the depth and tone of the shimmer. One of them seems a bit more coppery, and then one seems a bit more bronze. All right, I'm gonna pop off camera and clean up the mess that I made. There's a fourth shade I want to use on my inner corner. When I get my face all done, I'll come back and we can do that together. But I'm wondering if you have any thoughts as of right now, which palette you think is on which eye. I love this. I just think it's fun. It's a fun way to spend a few minutes and not stress. All right, I'll be back. All right, I'm back and everything is done except for the inner corner, which I said I would do on camera with you. So let's do that now. And then we'll do like the up close reconnoiter and all of that. All right, let's try not to get eyeshadow all over my face. And I just got a surprise. My sister and my nieces just came over. So when I'm done, I get to go hang out with them. That's very exciting. Okay, I only have one of this brush. It is the Davina D102, but I've cleaned it off very, very well. This is so cool. All right, let me scoot you in for an up close reconnoiter at the eyes. All right, do you have any guesses as to which is which? The last time I did this, it was like people knew, which was really fun. So put your guesses in now. I'm going to tell you. On my right eye is the Moira, and on my left is the Odin's eye. There are definitely some variations in tone and maybe some depth, but I think I could easily have mixed shades together to get a much closer match. So I don't know if I can do this. This shade right here was the darkest one that I used in my outer quarter. I had initially thought this one would do it, but if I had mixed the two, I think I would have been pretty spot on with the Odin's Eye one. So, and then this was the inner corner shade from Odin's Eye, and then this one from Moira, and then, you know, just this neutral brown and the lightest neutral brown in Tina's, this one down here. So I don't know. And then of course the copper shades. So yeah, I think it's fun, and I genuinely think the quality, the formula are equal. Like honestly and genuinely, I don't think there's much of a difference at all. So again, this is just for funsies. There is no, you know, seriousness. I have no skin in the game. It's just for fun to see, you know, if and how and all the things. So hopefully this was fun for you. And if you'd like me to do it again, or you have palette suggestions, I will. I just don't want to, like, I had considered making it like a regular thing, twice a month, you know, just taking two palettes that I thought could be parallel, you know, similar-ish, and try it that way. But again, I don't want to overdo something if it's being done. And yeah, so if you're wondering what's on my face real quick, I'll tell you the foundation, concealer, and powders are all the same. I'm using the Kaleido Symphony Trio as my bronzer and contour. My blush is the Pat McGrath Paradise Venus. I figured this would be a pretty good super neutral with this eye look. And my highlight is the Odin's Eye Warm Sunshine. Again, super neutral. No real bells and whistles. And my lip is the Juvia's Place Cola Lip Liner and the Juvia's Place Chocolate Drip Lip Gloss. This just smells Amazing. So that's the that on that. Hopefully you like this or found it a little bit entertaining. Let me know what you think of either eye, and if you knew early on, if you could see a difference on camera that I couldn't see in real life. I think it's just fun. So, all right. Hopefully you enjoyed this. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Either way, I appreciate you hanging out with me today. Be good and remember to be kind to you.